Hello, dear traveler. I want to share something very personal with you today. One of the books that has left a profound mark on me is Illusions by Richard Bach. I've read it more than 10 times, and each time I discover something new. Something that sparks my mind and opens new perspectives. From the very first moment, I felt that this book was speaking directly to me. It's not about someone far away, a distant figure. Right away, it felt clear. This is about recognizing our own almightiness. The story resonates because it reminds us that the power, the creativity, and the extraordinary potential we often search for elsewhere are already within us. I feel that every page is an invitation to see the possibilities we might otherwise overlook. When I first read Illusions, I noticed how the story unfolds, almost like a conversation with a friend. It's about life itself, about the choices we make, and about how we create reality through our focus and attention. The idea that we are all capable of extraordinary things, that imagination and intention shape the world around us, struck me deeply. Every time I read a passage, it strikes me how often people accept limits in life that aren't really there. Have you ever noticed moments when something that seemed impossible suddenly opens up a whole new way forward, just because your perspective shifted a little? One of the most striking aspects of Illusions is how it frames our own almightiness as something joyful, playful, and creative. The story doesn't present power as rigid or controlling. Instead, it's about the freedom to explore, to experiment, and to notice the beauty and potential in every moment. There's a clarity in this that really resonated with me. The book asks questions like, what would your life look like if you trusted yourself completely? If you believed that you are already the source of infinite possibilities? And as I read, I kept imagining the choices I make, the ways I focus my attention, and how even small shifts can create surprising and extraordinary changes. I often think about the conversations between the young man and the so-called Messiah figure in the story, not as someone distant or above, but as a mirror showing what is already possible for anyone. It reminded me that the extraordinary we often seek elsewhere is not external. It is a reflection of our own mind and heart. I realized that the story is not just about the character learning to be almighty. It's about anyone who is willing to recognize their own power. Have you ever experienced that feeling? When you suddenly notice that you have more control, more creativity, more potential than you realized? That the world is not limiting you. It's reflecting your own choices. There's a scene that always stays with me. The young man discovering that the world can be shaped by thought, intention, and awareness. The simplicity of the lesson is profound. It's a reminder that life itself is a canvas, and that we are not powerless observers, but active creators. This made me think about how often people can seem fixed or limited by circumstances, habits, or expectations, without realizing how powerful they really are. And when we recognize it, when we fully embrace our own almightiness, everything shifts. Suddenly, challenges feel like opportunities, and even ordinary moments become full of possibility. I also love how the story invites playful experimentation. Being almighty is about embracing life as a kind of game. What if you truly trusted your own imagination? What if a problem wasn't a restriction, but instead a space to create? Reflections like these can transform lives. They can help people to feel lighter, freer, more curious, spontaneous, and playful. It's all about perspective, awareness, and remembering that our own mind can create wonders if we allow it to. Thinking about this now, I realize that Illusions is not just a book. It's an experience, a mirror, a guide for anyone willing to recognize their own almightiness. It reminds a reader that creativity, joy, and awareness are present here and now, not somewhere else. It makes you feel inspired to approach life with curiosity and playfulness, to experiment with what you notice, and to consciously create rather than passively observe. Have you had moments when the world shifted around you simply because your attention shifted? When you realized that your own mind was shaping the reality you experienced? And I'd love to hear, if you've read Illusions, which character or scene spoke most strongly to you, or reflected your own sense of almightiness. Thank you for taking this time to reflect and explore with me. Please share your thoughts, your experiences, and I'd love to hear which books or stories have left a mark on you. Maybe some opened your eyes, inspired you, or made you notice the strength and possibilities that were always inside you. If you haven't read Illusions before, or if you'd like to revisit it, I truly recommend giving it a read. It's such an inspiring and beautiful book, and every time you open it, there's something new to discover. I've added links below for both hard copies and a PDF you can download, so feel free to check them out. Let's continue exploring together. Have a wonderful life, dear traveler.